Mr Chair. Mr Chair, one of the most annoying things I've heard in this debate so far is every time members on this side of the House, Green or Labor members, outline the absolute unfairness of the tax changes that are being made by the government, we get levelled at us that this is about the politics of envy. Now, I can only conclude that the reason that little Crosby texter line, no doubt, Crosby texter line about politics of envy is being trotted out is because you know, sorry, sir, that members opposite know that this is true, that the small tax cuts that people are getting on low and middle incomes are being completely offset by increases in GST and other inflationary pressures. That is unfair. How just is it that those on the lowest incomes who cannot make ends meet at the moment are getting a paltry increase while those with more than enough get huge increases? How just is that? How just is it that they're going to face significantly higher costs as a result of inflation peaking at 5.9%, wiping out their tax cut? How just is that? And how just are these changes when they follow on the previous unfair tax cuts made by this government? In the electorate of Maungakiekia, where I'm working, 64% of the people there earn $40,000 or less and received no tax cut in 2009 or 2010. And now they're getting a paltry tax cut, which will be offset by increased costs. How just, how fair is that? Call that the politics of envy if you like, but you know, sorry sir, members opposite know that that is not fair. Now, I want to talk about the economy because the rhetoric in this budget, and we've heard it leading up to the budget and we've heard it in the budget speak, is all about rebalancing the economy and we're going to have a smart economy and we value education. Well, actually, the only measure that appears to be in this budget is waving the magic wand of tax cuts. Suddenly, the economy is going to be rebalanced. Suddenly, there's going to be the growth and productivity that there's a lot of rhetoric about. There's a lot of rhetoric about lifting productivity. Nobody in this House would disagree about the need to lift productivity, but talking about it is not sufficient. Where is the investment in people? It is social and economic vandalism what is going on in terms of tertiary education funding. And I want to talk particularly about investment in people who are already in the workplace. So further cuts to adult and community education for those who want second chance learning. Where is the money into industry training? Where is the money that actually lifts us in those technical skills that we need? And we have a structural skills problem in New Zealand. Where are the initiatives in this budget? I ask somebody opposite to stand up and answer that question. 80% of the workplace of 10 years' time are already in the workplace. So you cannot just look at investing in people entering the workforce to try and change our skills deficit. You have to also, sorry sir, the government also has to focus on investing in those who are already in the workforce. And those people who want to, in their own time, take a second chance at education through adult and community education, well, they are out of luck in many parts of New Zealand, and I'm sure that will get worse. What about those who want to learn when they're in the workplace? Well, where's the extra funding into that kind of learning? There's a lot of talk about productivity, but without the skills to actually change how work is undertaken, without the skills to actually implement and utilise new strategies, new technology, we will not go forward as a country. So when you look at the reductions and increases in research and development, when you look at the complete absence of initiatives in terms of skills and their absolutely minuscule funding into tertiary education, you have to ask yourself, how serious is this government about lifting productivity? And the answer, I'm afraid to say, is not serious at all. Cutting taxes will not lift productivity. There have to be other measures taken. There has to be economic development strategies. There needs to be investment in our people. And I would have really appreciated seeing some effort put in this area, but no, none.